Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome to the preview for Man United against Palace, Old Trafford tomorrow. And like I said last week against Fulham, that if we didn't win that game, it was sort of kiss goodbye, yeah, to mid-table or even attempting to rise above mid-table onto page one. It's the same kind of vibe now because, like we say, road to 41 points, people. Do not lose focus. We must beat the teams in and around us. And that's what we did against Fulham. And that's what we need to do against Crystal Palace. Because actually, you know what? Really, when you think about 2025 so far, of course, you add the Brighton result into there, right? But actually, you could argue that the results are starting to settle down a little bit for us. You know, we start the year away at Anfield. We don't lose. Feels like a win. Should have won. Knocking Arsenal out the FA Cup. You know, we've beaten Fulham. We've beaten Rangers. We've beaten Steaua Bucharest. So it is across different competitions. Don't get me wrong. We beat Southampton in a mad way, but we did. And it's the Brighton one that is the obviously the problem. But since then, we've been all right. We've been all right in the last few games. And then the next game is, Leicester in the FA Cup. So look, if you start to pick up the wins, can you turn the mill a little bit? Because with everything that's going on at the club, you forget that actually we've been winning some games. And like I said, Brighton game aside, um, result wise, it hasn't been too bad. And again, this is the same kind of vibe. Let's be real. Crystal Palace, decent side on their day, will give you a good game. They play the same system as us. So, it's interesting to see when teams match up against us with the same formation. Look, Southampton came and absolutely bopped us off the park for 80 minutes. So we can't get ahead of ourselves. I still think it's going to be a very difficult game. You've got Eze in the inside 10. You've got Sarr in the right inside 10. Mateta, you've got wing backs in Mitchell and Munoz. Of course, they got the back three as well. You got Mark Gahey in there. Who else you got? You got Max Lacroix, Craig Richards. So, look, Dean Henderson in goal, KG's arch nemesis. Palace are always a decent outfit. If you sit off them, if you allow people like Sarr to turn and run at you, we all know about Eze's qualities in the half spaces, in the pockets as well. And Mateta's been on fire. Let's be honest. Since Glasner's gone to Palace, he's been on fire. And some stats here for you as well. Only 3 players have created more chances in the Premier League this season than Bruno Fernandes, while the Red Devils captain has the most secondary chances of any player. And also, since Ruben Amorim's first Premier League game in charge on the 24th of November, only Man City have completed more passes in the competition than Man United, which, to be fair, it's a bit of a non-starter, that really, isn't it? Because a lot of the time we have we have the ball and don't do a lot with it. And Crystal Palace have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League matches away, winning more points away than anyone else since the start of December. Palace last won 3 consecutive away games in April and May 2019. So they've won 4 out of the last 5 Premier League away games. So that shows that they're in good form away from home, which tells you everything in terms of how difficult it could be tomorrow. But also, having won just 2 of their first 22 league games away against Man United between 1922 and 2018, Crystal Palace have now won 3 of their last 5 visits to Old Trafford. Yeah, so they only won 2 out of their first 22, and now they're on a good run. 3 out of the last 5. So again, teams are having joy against us. They don't fear us. But for us, we have to keep moving. We have to keep pushing forward. It's all about this Kobbie Mainoo in the 10, isn't it? Really, let's be real. It's all about this Kobbie Mainoo in the 10. Do you start him there? I think, listen, this comes with different demands now, because it's one thing doing it against Steaua Bucharest, who, let's be honest, are not a good team. They weren't a very good team. And if they are, they chose to sit off against us, let us have the ball, let us have the lion's share of possession, and didn't really offer much going the other way. This is different in the Premier League. Just by proxy, just by playing better opposition in this league, it's a complete different ballgame. Now, Kobbie obviously can play there with the attributes he has. It's true. And I never said that he definitely can't. My thing was, I worry about in what's it like in the Premier League when he doesn't get respected as much, when we don't get respected as much as a team. So I want to see Kobbie play there to start seeing what it's like. There's a reason why Christian Eriksen has kind of been playing in the 10 In Europe, it's different. Rangers, same thing. Sat off, let us have the balls, different tempo, different feel to the game. But then, you know, in the Premier League, he doesn't do it. So Ruben Amorim said that Kobe's been struggling defensively, basically. You know, and wasn't really you know, dealing well with playing in that position. And he looks so free. He said he looks so free playing in the 10. And that's how we want to see Kobe Mainoo. So I hope that he starts there, and I hope he smashes it. Because I think if we can find a position for him there, we can start to settle him down a little bit. I mean, his inside 10s, we've got, then you start to, all of a sudden, if Kobe turns into one of the 10s as opposed to one of the 6s, or one of the 8s, whatever you call them in this system, you know, you then have another option there. Garnacho, again, off the bench has been good, been having impact off the bench. That's what we want to see, man. I think against Rangers and against Fulham, I think he was bright, he was okay, but, you know, end product wasn't really there. Off the bench against Liverpool, brilliant. Started against Arsenal, done okay. You know what I mean? Obviously went down to 10 men, he had to suffer. And of course, off the bench against Bucharest, fantastic, fantastic from him. Had the most take-ons, dribbles completed, even though he was only on for a half, and created 3 chances and got an assist as well. So you couldn't ask for much more from Garnacho from coming off the bench. And I just wondered, do we keep it as that? Because what happens with Ahmad, it's that same thing, isn't it? If you go for defense first and solidity first, you're looking at, you know, Mazraoui at right wing back and Dalot left wing back, etc., etc. But, you know, Mazraoui as right centre back, that's his best position in this. Do you have Ahmad in at right wing back? The only thing of going as attack is we'll be going really attacking. The dream team would be Ahmad right wing back. I would say Kobe in the 10, on the right, in the right 10, Garnacho in the left 10, and Bruno and Ugarte in midfield. The only problem with that is you're not really leaving yourself with much weapons on the bench to come and change the game. I think it's probably too attacking. I'd love to do it. We should be in a position where we say, just go attacking, come into Old Trafford. Yes, you're going to get run up on, playing our attacking players. We're at it. We've got the ball. We're going for it. But we still have to remember who we are and where we're at. So I think that if you're going to start Ahmad, I don't think you should start Ahmad, Kobe, and Garnacho in the same team right this second. But I ain't saying it's impossible. That would just worry me. I'll be interested to see what we look like balance-wise with that. Does Maguire come back in? He got a clean rest. Ugarte got a clean rest. You'd expect him to come back in. Toby Collier did well against Bucharest. I think he was absolutely fine. It was only because of the style of game that it was why he had to come off. So, and up front, listen, he went with Rasmus when I really didn't think he did. Really didn't think he would, Ruben. After that Fulham game, went with Rasmus. Rasmus was better, a little marginally. You know, he laid on a chance for Kobe, should have scored. Was involved in the goal that Kobe ended up scoring in the end when Garnacho got the ball. He was involved in that. He held the ball a little bit better, but again, the level of opposition is not really the one. And Rasmus in Europe's been fine. It's the Premier League, so it's a toss up. I'm fed up of kind of going, he should start Xerxes. Surely after Hoyland played rubbish, he's got to start. It just picks it by opponent, to be honest. So listen, it's a chance as well, right, to creep up. I mean, depending on results, because we're 12th. If Brentford slip up against Spurs, well, if they lose against Spurs, we could go above Brentford. But let's be honest, the way Spurs are playing, I back Brentford for that game. Fulham, who we just beat, there could be a 6-point swing because they go away to Newcastle, so they could get back-to-back defeats. If they do that, that will take us into 1 point behind them. And Brighton go away to Forest, and Forest just got spanked 5-0 and want to respond. So all of a sudden, the teams from 9th to 12th, tell you what, we're starting to just get a little bit more condensed. But listen, road to 41 points. Do not lose focus. My prediction, that's still going to be a very difficult game. Can't get ahead of ourselves because of the positive things that I've just been saying, ironically. I'm going to say 2-1 Man United. We're gonna get by. Just smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know your score predictions. Let me know your predictions for the lineup as well. And I'll see you outside Old Trafford after the game for the reaction. And remember, lock in there with KG and Owen on the match view. I'm out of here. Peace.